Okay, and we have partitions. So we built the frame for the partitions yesterday. They're in panels, so we put them in there to make sure that they were fitting correctly. Then we pulled them back out to start filling them in. So the rear partition on each one has 2 feet of plywood on it. There's that, and there's that. So this is the big one over here. And then this is 6 feet wide by 7 feet deep. This is 3 feet wide, and the door to the airlock is going to be right here. So this one right here is going to be 5 feet instead of 7 feet, and this is going to be for my long-suffering cockatiels. I have a pair, and maybe some other sweet, gentle bird, but no parakeets in here. So they can, you know, have a life. I found a home for baby boy. They're a Lutino boy, so he's going to go at some point pretty soon. So that will be for the cockatiels. And then these two over here are going to be, I will either be able to leave this door open, I'll hook it open on the front screen. It will have screen on the door as well, so that they can fly through and have a big flight and mix. Or when I want to divide them by gender, which I want to do with my youngsters and my unpaired breeders, I'll put all the males in one and all the females in the other and close the door. So although they can see each other, they won't be able to full-on pair off. So my thinking about putting a solid back on there is that the perch racks are largely going to be in the back of the cage, because of course I need open space on the floor in the center with no perches over it, or else to put their food in water containers so that they don't poop all over everything. Just saying. So when they're sitting on their perches, they will have a sense of separation, and I think that will help contribute to them having more stable communities, is they can say, okay, we're the ones in this cage, those guys are in the other cage, type of thing. So visual barriers go a long way with parakeets. So, and same thing with the cockatiels. If they're back here on their perch rack, then they're out of sight of all those pesky little parakeets and living in peace and harmony. So, and then of course this cage will have all the families, young babies, established pairs, and all that kind of stuff in it. And I will put a lot of perch racks in here. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a perch rack against the back wall that is down low. I always have a few birds that don't fly, either because somebody clipped their wings, or because I've got a few French multi-babies or something like that, or somebody's old and decrepit and has lost all their feathers or something. So I want some perches that are down low. So I'll put a set of 4 or 5 down low, starting about a foot to 18 inches off the floor and coming up to mid cage. And then I'll put the rest of the perches starting from the top of the low ones up towards the ceiling against the far wall. And then I'll have all this opening out here for feeding containers and that sort of thing. So that is what's happening. So our next and final step, well, for the construction piece of it, is doors. The far door over there, this door right here, the door into the cockatiel enclosure, which is going to be a real interesting build. And because I can't, it's 3 feet wide, I put little boards up there, you know, lined up so that the door will have like a jamb there, so that but I don't know how I'm going to do this on the floor. I guess I may have to put another one down on the floor, because it does have to have a little bit of a jam, because the bottom of the door needs to be up off the floor so it'll swing in spite of bedding. So of course this is the airlock, so none of these doors can open into the airlock. So this outer door will open completely the whole 3 feet, which will make it easy for me to get things in and out of there, and it will swing out this way. And all these other 3 doors over here into the cockatiel enclosure and over here will all have to open into the flight cages. because if they open into the airlock, then there's no room for me to have any equipment or cages or anything in this airlock. It won't work. So, so yeah, it has to be up off the floor a little bit so it can swing over the top of the substrate. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm thrilled. I have my partitions up. It's coming together. And then the very last thing will be to put up the perch racks. But that's, you know, an hour's work. It's not too hard. Doors, on the other hand, doors are some work. So, but we'll get there. Okay, that's it.